Welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm Denise. I give guidance through coaching, workshops, and groups to discover the work that you were called to and recommend how to organize your work. I'm talking with Dr. Dacia P. Hastings Proctor, the Talk Doctor. She is going to give information on her work and organization. I'll give some of her information. She is president and CEO of DPH Consulting Services. She has a doctorate in management and organization leadership. She and I met while learning of this information. Some of her services include work life, wellness, strategic work, working with organizations. You might receive her coaching and other services through her locations in Washington, D.C. and Maryland. She created Stress-Free Talk. I'll include where to receive her information in the information below. Dacia, give information on the Stress-Free Talk and how others might utilize it.
Sure. Thank you so much, Dr. Denise, for having me on today. And StressFreeTalkRx is a digital product that I created in order to help people manage stress, manage sleep problems, and, just achieve a state of total relaxation. It is a digital download that offers guided imagery and visualization to allow the participant to receive or even achieve a state of total relaxation. And as I mentioned before, some of the ways that people have used it is to help them also experience, just help with sleeping, help with anxiety, and just if they want to just achieve total relaxation.
Thank you. And where do you have that located?
Absolutely. So people can find Stress Free Talk RX on my website, www.thetalkdoctor.com. And there is a free sample there available. And if people would like to go ahead and download the full copy, they can just, upload it to any smart device, your smartphone or MP3 player, anything that you utilize to be on the go is compatible with Stress Free Talk RX.
Thank you. What other information might you give on your organization and your services?
Absolutely. So DPH Consulting Services PC is a company that offers psychotherapy services. We offer psychotherapy to individuals, families, groups. I see people for a myriad of issues, anywhere from depression, stress, anxiety. A lot of my clients and patients are those who work in their everyday life, and they're dealing with everyday life stressors, whether it's through their work or through their home. I do a lot of what's called EAP services, and that's employee assistance services. Some of you might have that with your employer. It's an employer-sponsored program where employers pay for X amount of sessions for their employees to help them sort out personal matters. Another aspect of my business, which I really love, I am also a professional speaker, and I do a lot of speaking engagements from wellness events to events that deal with, businesses and strategic planning and leadership. I also do a whole host of clinical and wellness events as well. So there's that aspect, and then finally there's the coaching aspect, because it's helpful that some people might also need one-on-one coaching. They may not have a clinical issue, but it may very well be an issue where they just need some coaching help. So that's also a part of DPH consulting services as well.
Great, thank you. When did you receive understanding of how you should work with others?
That's a really great question. I think that for me, it was a journey. It didn't happen overnight. Interestingly, I always knew that my gift was in helping others. And so from that, I think I developed my gifts over time and really began to hone into where my passions were. Um, I remember distinctly many years ago giving a speaking engagement to a group of clinicians. And after the event, someone came up to me and said something to me that always stuck with me. They said, you have an anointing, you have a calling on your life. And I remember in that moment just really thinking to myself, wow, this must be a message that I was supposed to get today. And ever since that day, I have had numerous um, types of those kinds of encounters with people where they have shared what my intervention have done for them, or just by hearing me speak, what it has done for them. And so you really begin to know that you must be operating within your gifts when you're getting reinforcements from the people that are receiving your gifts, so to speak.
Thank you. Thank you. How did the information that you received from uh, your speaking, shape what you studied at the university?
Interestingly, I think one didn't necessarily have to do with the other. I probably would have found myself doing this kind of work regardless of, my studies. I think my studies really put the icing on the cake because it gives me validation. And it also, and not just gives me validation, it also gives others who are the recipients of my talents and the things that I am able to help them with. It really puts validation on that. A lot of times people want to know, well, how do you know what you know? And sometimes we know what we know through academics. But I think a lot of times we know what we know through our experiences, and also, continuing to be lifelong learners. One of the things that I gained from, my professional studies is that we should continue to be lifelong learners. And that is something that I have held dear, because I want to know what I don't know, so that if I'm encountered with someone who needs my help, I can help them along the way, and I can help them from a knowledge standpoint as well as an experiential standpoint.
Thank you. Thank you. When someone suggests that they have a desire to work within their organization and include other duties, what would you recommend?
Yeah, if I'm understanding your question correctly, I think that you're asking me that sometimes people sort of fall into positions because of various reasons. Maybe they got a promotion, or maybe they've been doing a job for a long time and the job pays the bills, but they kind of feel a pulling towards, different kinds of duties or skill sets. And I've often encountered a lot of people whom I've coached within their career path, or helping them to hone their skills or gifts, if you please. And sometimes people are really dissatisfied with the work that they're doing, because on the other side of that is a passion. And I think in helping people to really hone in on what their purpose might be, I always ask them, what are you passionate about? And what is it that you, regardless of whether you're doing it for money or not, you find joy, you find happiness, and you find a sense of peace within it. And I think that that's the single most important thing in determining what your gifts are, that no matter why you're doing it or where or for whom, you find a sense of satisfaction. And so sometimes in coaching people, we have to really distinguish between, their hopes and dreams and what they are willing to really turn those dreams into goals. And then as a result, work towards those goals so that they can develop, whether it's a new skill or whether it's continuing to build skills in an area, but to really be okay with putting that out there and turning it into something that they can do for a lifetime, if if that is what they would desire to do.
Well, thank you. Thank you for giving information on how you are doing what you do within your organization and what you've recommended to others. What other information do you desire to share?
Sure. I'd love to just kind of reiterate for people, if you'd like to, work with me, find me. Maybe you're having a personal issue that you and or someone you love needs to sort out. You can find me online at thetalkdr.com. That's TheTalkDr.com. There are some other people who use the Talk Doctor, but I like to think of myself as the original Talk Doctor. So you'll find me that way. You can also find me on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. One thing I like about my social media is that I inspire people. I inspire people to be better. And I do that through positive, inspirational messages, which I call Talkspirations. And I have a number of Talkspirations posted on my social media. And so again, just know that I'm a professional speaker, life coach, and also a licensed psychotherapist. So there's something for everyone through my company. And so if there's anything that I can ever do for any of you, please don't hesitate to reach out.
Dacia, thank you. And Dacia's information will be included below so that you'll have that information.
Thank you for having me, Dr. Denise.
You're welcome, Dr. Dacia.